He is a Kanaka Maoli. He was not born in the Sandwich Islands. He is a proud product of the Konamoku of Namokupuni o Hawaii. Lava flows beneath his weathered kukui brown skin, and he dares to embody the definition of Hawaiian that no one likes to acknowledge still exists.
But social group membership can stir social inequalities. An identity is multifaceted, and race is merely one domain. To make the small differences that divide us define us seems so insane. We focus on our differences and impose social constructs, notice race in an instant, and prejudge social conduct. We see who's like us and who's not, but social borders have to stop.
Let me clarify for you. You call me white on the inside because I like Harry Potter and I listen to Florence and the Machine and I can name all the capitals of all the states and I don't party and I'm shy at first and I speak Japanese. Then watashi no kandai wa wakateru no. Do you get it? Because I am more than my outside, my hips and my thighs, or the hazel brown of my eyes, and I am not a damn Oreo. But if you want to talk about cookies, let's clarify because you ain't getting this cookie.
It costs more money to be broke. They're putting one of us on the face of the $20 bill, and I can't tell if it's a genuine apology or an homage to a woman who looks like me, those who struggle for a life of dignity and respect, or a sick joke. A sick joke to those who can only afford a couple of dollars for the basics, food, clothing, and shelter. At this point, it's all rumors, but I've heard we're gonna have to share. The duality of the American people is going to be reflected in the most common large bill. One side holds Harriet Tubman, the abolitionist who helped hundreds of slaves find freedom. The other, President Andrew Jackson, a slave owner and a key player in the purge of many Native Americans from their original homes. But clearly, the MVPs have been misconstrued. The voices of change subdued, power abused. It's a privilege to change history. To rewrite a story to fit the most beautiful parts of your past, rich in currency. It costs money to earn, but see, it costs so much more to be broken, to be torn apart and lost in search of individuality.
My parents strove to give me and my 4 younger siblings the best life they possibly could, and they did. I grew up in a fairly nice neighborhood, and my parents always worked very hard to ensure that even if we did struggle economically, my siblings and I never felt without. We never had to question where our next meal was coming from, and we never had to hesitate to ask for money. I grew up privileged. My siblings and I took up our interests of piano, golf, taekwondo, and dance, even if that meant my father had to work 3 different jobs without our knowing. My entire childhood leading up until college, I grew up around a homogenous group of white upper middle class individuals. My parents did everything in their power to make me and my siblings feel as though we belonged, but regular comments spewed by our peers often worked to reverse their efforts.
So thank you all so much for coming. I hope that you learned something tonight, and I hope that you can bring that with you in your everyday life. I just want to give one more round of applause for everyone that performed.